I'm Staff Sergeant James, your facilitator for the Bravo 100 lesson, Basic Leader Course Overview. Prior to completing this lesson, you should complete the following pre-lesson activities. Review the individual student assessment plan located on Blackboard inside the Bravo 100 lesson folder. Also watch the two videos of the Commandant's message and I am a sergeant. And then finally discuss the following question. Do you feel the new approach to educating soldiers is a step in the right direction? Explain your answer. Once you have completed these activities, you may proceed to the next slide. The scope. At the end of this 3-hour lesson, you will be able to organize an approach to achieving the course learning outcomes. The Basic Leader course prepares a specialist corporal sergeant for duties and responsibilities as a sergeant. Using the Leadership Requirements Model, the LRM, through a holistic approach, learners will develop skills in written and oral communications, critical and creative thinking, problem solving, leadership, counseling, drill and ceremonies, how to train soldiers, character development, troop leading procedures, and how to build effective teams. As a result, learners will be able to train, lead, and conduct operations at the team level. Your enabling learning objective. Action. Identify the standards, procedures, and assessment requirements for the Basic Leader course. Condition. As a learner attending the BLC, using a direct level leadership perspective in new environments, given references, practical exercises, and classroom discussions. Standard. The learner will participate in group discussion, ask for questions for clarity, and provide feedback to peers and facilitator. Use the peer introduction sheet located inside the Blackboard Bravo 100 folder to introduce yourself to the class. Remember to include something unique about yourself. Once you have completed this and downloaded the Army Writing Style Workbook, please proceed to the next slide. Classroom expectations. Do, act, look, and be professional at all times. Live and follow military and academic ethics. Collaborate with others. Be respectful of their opinions. Challenge yourself academically. Learn and think. Contribute to the discussions. Use time management skills. Be prepared for each lesson. Classroom expectations continue. Do not cheat or plagiarize. This will lead to dismissal, personally attack anyone, let your ego get in the way of learning, make others uncomfortable. For example, rude jokes, profanity, violate any local, federal, or military law, regulations, or policies. Learning. Here's the learning process in a nutshell. Attention makes us receptive to information, which we process together with prior knowledge until we arrive at conclusions and understanding, which we then apply and test for confirmation. How you like to learn is usually considered your preferred learning style. Although people may prefer one style, they can learn using any of the styles, and no one has a better learning style than anyone else. The example, stove can burn you. Listening learners heard their mother's warning, believed it, never touched the stove. Seeing or visual learners watched their brother touch the stove and never touched it. Experience, also kinesthetic learners, touched the stove but only once. The Army Experiential Learning Model is a 5-step learning model. It begins with a concrete experience. Concrete experience begins with doing something in which the individual, team, organization are assigned a task. Key to learning here is active involvement. The activity or task should engage the affective domain or emotions and or memories of previous knowledge. Next, you will publish and process. Publish and process is taking time out from doing and stepping back from the task and reviewing what has been done and experienced. At this stage, many questions are asked and communication channels are open to other members of the team. Vocabulary is very important and is needed to verbalize and discuss with others. Then you'll generalize new information. Generalized new information is the gathering of new information and or skills in the learning area defined by the standard statement. Group exploration of subject matter can greatly enhance understanding. Develop is when the learner considers how they are going to put what they have learned into practice. Alternatively, it is discovering the usefulness of the new knowledge or skill by asking questions such as, so what, why is this important, or how can I use this new knowledge or skill? Apply consists of actually using the new knowledges and or skills in a realistic situation to come up with innovative solutions to problems. The The Army has 4 different learning areas. Leadership and Army profession, accomplish the mission and improve units is the overall end goal. Mission command, exercise mission command to command and control Army units. Operations, conduct operations to accomplish the mission. And training, train to improve Army readiness. Each of these 4 Army learning areas will be covered at BLC, although not in any specific sequence. The Foundations phase lessons will consist of this course, Bravo 100, as well as Bravo 123, Army Physical Fitness Test, Bravo 111, Intro to PRT, Bravo 102, Effective Listening, Bravo 116, Training Management, Bravo 101, Group Dynamics, Bravo 114, Drill and Ceremonies, Bravo 105, Critical Thinking and Problem Solving, Bravo 103, Written Communication, and Bravo 104, Public Speaking. Several of these lessons will also have assessments, which will be covered more in depth when we go over the GPA and non-GPA assessments. Leadership phase lessons will consist of Bravo 106, the Army Leadership Requirement Model, Bravo 107, Counseling, Coaching, and Mentoring Soldiers, Bravo 110, Legal Responsibilities and Limits of NCO Authority, Bravo 113, Team Building and Conflict Management, Bravo 108, Cultural Competence, Bravo 109, Army Values, Ethics, and Integration of Soldier 2020, and Bravo 112, Followership and Servant Leadership Fundamentals. The readiness phase will consist of Bravo 115, Mission Orders and Troop Leading Procedures, Bravo 119, Soldier Readiness, Bravo 118, Command Supply Discipline Program, Bravo 117, Soldier for Life Transition Assistance Program, otherwise known as SFL TAP, and Bravo 121, Resilience. The assessment phase lessons consist of Bravo 122, your end of course essays, in which you will write 2 500 to 750 word reflective essays, conduct peer proofreading, editing, and peer grading and peer feedback. Also in the assessment phase, you will turn in your informative essay from Bravo 103. You will conduct your information brief from Bravo 104, as well as conduct your individual training assigned during Bravo 116. In Bravo 100 under student handouts, make sure you review the BLC ISAP in conjunction with the next 2 slides. Your GPA assessments will consist of the following. Expository and informative essays, you will write 2, a 250-word compare and contrast essay, and 1 750-word informative essay. You'll also do public speaking brief as assigned in Bravo 104. You will conduct individual training as assigned in Bravo 116. You will conduct PRT, in which you will lead a session of PRT, and also conduct squad drill as assigned from Bravo 114. The rubrics are also listed in the ISAP as well as on Blackboard. Your non-GPA assessments. There are also 6 additional assessments which are non-GPA. However, they are a major part of your 1059. There are also graduation requirements. You will write 2 reflective essays for the end of course essays, your attributes and competencies, which will be continuously assessed throughout the course, your resume, which will be assigned during your SFL TAP, your SHARP essay, and the APFT. In Bravo 100 lesson under student handouts, review the following in conjunction with the next 2 slides, the DD Form 2977, as well as the Risk Assessment Matrix. Risk Assessment. All leaders should conduct risk assessment process prior to training or operational events. Use this process along with DD Form 2977, the Deliberate Risk Assessment Worksheet. The first step is identify the hazards. Hazards are anything which may cause harm, injury, or death to soldiers or other personnel. As well, hazards could be anything that could destroy, break, or otherwise make non-mission capable equipment. Next, you will assess the hazards. You will assess them for their impact on overall mission readiness or capabilities. The third step, you will develop controls and make risk decisions. Fourth, you'll implement those controls. And then finally, step 5, you'll supervise and evaluate. We'll look at the risk assessment matrix next. And it looks like this. Across the top, you have the probability. In other words, how often or what is the likelihood of it to occur. And then down the left, you have the severity. If it should happen, what could be the impact on the mission? Whether it be catastrophic or all the way down to negligible. In determining your hazards, you will determine the probability it is to happen, and if it does, what the severity or the impact would be. You find those two blocks and you follow them to the middle to determine your initial risk. From there, you'll implement your controls to mitigate your risk down to your residual risk level. TRADOC also has an app known as the Tag. You can download it onto your mobile device. You also have the Digital Rucksack and World Campus. One is an app, the other is a website. If you know, one-stop shop for education, training, and career advancement is your World Campus. And then your location to store digital products for quick and easy access at a later date is your Digital Rucksack. Summary. Identify the standards, procedures, and assessment requirements for the basic leader course, covered introductions, course expectations, the Army Experiential Learning Model, course modules and lessons, assessments, risk assessment, the TRADOC app, and the Army Writing Style Handbook. On the discussion board, you'll go to the group discussion area. You'll select Bravo 100, the basic leader course, topic 3. Summarize the different points listed on this slide. Your initial post will be between 150 and 250 words. Respond to 2 other students by providing feedback and insight to their initial post. Each response will be no less than 30 words. If you have any questions concerning the material, you can email your facilitators directly. All right, you will have an assignment. Begin developing your SHARP essay. You can find the requirements within Blackboard. They are inside the Blackboard, the Bravo 100 folder, and the assignment tab on the left side of the Blackboard page, inside of the ISAP as well. Your facilitator will issue your due date for all required assignments. Remember, the SHARP essay is not intended to re-victimize, initiate an unwanted emotional response, or inflict psychological stress on anyone. In accordance with DODI 6495.02, Change 3, and Army Regulation 600-20, leadership, whether it be the chain of command or NCO support channel, are always required to report any incidents of sexual assault. Disclosure of information pertaining to an instance of sexual assault in the SHARP essay will be immediately reported to the appropriate authorities outlined within the local SHARP reporting policy. The resulting report will be an unrestricted report. Future assignments. You will develop a reflective essay during the final portion of the course. This essay will be developed using the rubric for the reflective writing essay in the ISAP. The essay will provide your insights and opinions on the NCO 2020 strategy. The folder titled NCO 2020 in this lesson folder provides some documents you can use as your research. You are encouraged to use other sources as well.